All right, we're getting into algebra where we have expressions, equations, variables. So if we have something that looks like this, 3x plus 5, okay, this is an expression. But if I make it equal something, then that is an equation where my x is simply my variable. My 3 is called a coefficient because it's attached, coefficient, because it's attached to a variable. And then these numbers alone are called constants. And each one of these values are called terms. Okay, so those are terms. So typically there's different things that you might want to do, such as evaluate an expression. So I could say if x equals -7, then evaluate it at x squared. Well, where you see an x, you would just plug in -7 and a negative times a negative, so that means this. Negative times a negative would be a positive. Then you might be given something where they say determine if a particular value is a solution to an equation. So let's say we have 5x plus 7 equals 56. And we want to know, is x equal 10 a solution to this equation? Well, all you do is where you see x, you actually plug in the 10, and then you just evaluate this side. So 5 times 10, 50. And then as I can see, certainly 57 does not equal 56. So that would be a solution. So you're going to see there's going to be different things that we're going to do with the terms. We're going to solve equations. We're going to understand, what each piece means. And then we'll move on to actual formulas, such as how do credit cards compute interest when you buy that big new TV, right? And so that's where this is going. Students always say, well, why do I have to use algebra? Nobody ever uses it. Oh, yeah. People do, it's just we don't write it like this, right? It's typically written in formulas, as I mentioned, interest rates, conversion equations, say converting from Fahrenheit to Celsius temperatures. So algebra is used in your real world, okay, because we deal with unknowns. It's just finding what type of equations, formulas that you would actually use this in your line of study.